We interviewed several students to see how competition has affected them in their academic careers thus far. In today's times, in order to be successful, a college degree is almost essential. Is this push for perfection helpful or harmful for students? What has your relationship with school been like thus far?
Um, I was definitely the motivated type.
Mm-hmm.
Very motivated. Not always to be like the best in the class, but I was always
Right.
very motivated to do the best that I could do. That wasn't always the best in the class, but it was
Right.
usually enough um, to shoot for an A.
I don't really like school very much, but because it requires work. I prefer to, instead of academics, I would prefer athletics and, creativity as opposed to going to class and learning about science and math and stuff. I prefer to take like art classes and use different kind of strengths.
Pretty much I just know that I have to study and I get everything done and I don't complain about it most of the time.
I don't like it a whole lot. It's not like it's challenging. It's not like it's super hard. It's just I'd rather do something else.
What motivated you to be the student that you are?
The only stress I felt, I think I brought on myself. It wasn't as much for school, but just for my desire to do everything with perfection. It's just kind of in my nature. So I do feel like that I had a lot of stress through high school, but it was mostly brought on by myself.
Yeah, my parents haven't really put all that much pressure on me academically. They've always wanted me to get good grades, but they aren't the kind of parents who, every night, they don't like email my teachers. They're not really like in my business. They let me do what I want, and they don't force me into certain like habits, like study habits or.
My parents expect me and my sister to do better than everyone else, and therefore we end up expecting ourselves to do better. So it's a big influence when they're very disappointed when you come home with a B.
Well, I was college bound for ever since I can remember. It was just something that was expected of me. I think that the strive for perfection comes from both my parents are very much perfectionists.
I mean, I've just always been able to slide by with A's and B's. So, I guess if I tried, I probably could make A's, but just thought A's and B's were fine. So.
What extracurriculars did you participate in?
I was on the soccer team 4 years. I was on the football team for a year, the track team, and the swim team. So I did a lot of sports in high school. I was also in the honors chorus program for 4 years, and I did an honors acting troupe for 2 years, and I was involved in theater all throughout high school. So between theater and chorus and sports, I was very tied up.
Well, I love being part of a team. You get to meet a lot more people through it, but it doesn't necessarily. Some days I'm too tired or I'm out too late, like doing like a meet or something to get my schoolwork done. But generally, like I've gotten into the swing of things where it doesn't really like it doesn't take away from my academics.
I met most of my friends in color guard and in orchestra, and I never really had time to do much else in high school, especially between taking classes every day, going to after school activities every single day, Saturday and Sunday rehearsals for most things.
Well, in the winter I like skiing,
There you go.
in the summer I like backpacking and hiking and camping, but I also like just normal sports like basketball, soccer and stuff too.
What are your plans for the future?
I'm applying to UNC Asheville, Appalachian State, UNC Wilmington, and potentially High Point University.
Really looking forward to recording some of my original stuff here soon, and would love to see that play out as a career someday. But I've also been very passionate about learning Spanish and seeing how that could play out in my life as well. So one or the other or both, if it works out.
Right now, my favorite subject's chemistry, so I was thinking maybe like a chemical engineer or something.
After college, I don't have any big plans as of now. I'd like to do some kind of service project. You know, go overseas, hopefully. Nothing too ambitious right now, though.
I've applied to Utah, University of Tennessee, Knoxville, App, NC State, UNC Charlotte, and Carolina.
Economics and risk management and insurance.
And why did you pick that?
Because I took economics in high school and I loved it and it made sense, and I just assumed, I guess because my parents are accountants and we watch business news all the time, I just assumed that everybody knew it, but apparently not.
How do you feel about competition in schools?
I think for some students it can be a good driving force for students who are actually competitive, who want to do well, but for others it might be a means to fall behind and get under pressure and feel stress, and it could be a negative effect where some people it could really like motivate them.
Like, are they happy with what they're doing? Are they enjoying their life? Are they enjoying constantly working or constantly striving to be recognized as only the best and not as the one with the most heart? Or
Well, I think it's wrong because I don't think some people really need to go to college, and not everybody belongs in high school either, because there's some people that would do better with, you know, hands-on things like a mechanic, but you're having them sit in the classroom and they don't want to be there, and it's really hurting all the rest of the kids in the classroom that has to be there, because you have to drop the level. Because what I was talking to a teacher about the other day, and he said you can't make them learn at a higher level. The other kids that learn at a higher level have to drop down in that class.
People have options. It's kind of ridiculous to say you have to be perfect all the time. I mean, it's nice to try to motivate people if they need that, but it just starts to sound demanding at that point.
a big part of life is failing and learning what you can do better next time. And I think that if enough people don't try things and fail at it and learn what to do next time, if they're only ever doing the things that they're comfortable with and always getting the best and everything, that life is just going to hit them in the face, and they're going to realize that the real world isn't like their dream mentality.
Personally, I think it's stupid to tell every student that, oh, you're a special shining star, when that's not how it works in the real world, especially when it comes to jobs. You have to compete for them.
So would you say that competition is healthy in schools, like academic?
Definitely.
And